This week has been all about this siding and getting rid of the old white vinyl siding, all the fake brick, and starting to see the beautiful original wood that's underneath.
Our first job was to get the scaffolding put up. And then we started the process of pulling off the vinyl siding and tearing off the fake brick that was underneath.
Today is the first anniversary of us moving into the manor, and I'm on the top of the scaffolding working on taking the vinyl siding and the fake brick off the side of the house. And the great thing is that what we've discovered underneath is the original wood. We weren't sure whether we'd actually find the original wood at the top. We knew we would find it at the bottom, but not at the top. So that was pretty exciting. And I've got to say that being at the top of the scaffolding is not my favorite thing to do, and I really do hold on, but it's worth it to see the wood exposed. And so today we are continuing to take off more of the siding, and then we're going to start filling the holes and scraping it down and then getting it ready for painting.
The interesting thing at the top of the house is that the wood is still there, but it doesn't have the edging. So it doesn't have those beveled edges that make it look like stone. And the cut-off essentially is the area where they used to have a balcony. So everything above that has just the regular wood. And everything below that has the panels that look like stone. They used to have a balcony on the front of the manor, and you can see here where it used to be, and they then put a roof on the window below, the big bay window. And so we are going to put that balcony back, remove that roof off the bay window, and we're actually going to put the balcony back so it goes back to the way it originally was many years ago.
We started by taking the siding off the side of the manor, and then we moved round to the front.
I'm just working on taking all the paint off the frames of the windows downstairs. Stephen is on the roof of the deck above the front door, taking off more of the siding and the fake brick. And I'm working on getting rid of the old paint. There's been layers and layers of old flaking, cracking paint on these windows. And so what we've done is we've removed the storm windows, which has revealed the beauty of these sash windows. And what I found as I've been scraping the paint off is underneath the actual wood is in really good shape. I'm just so surprised for the age of the house that the wood is in such great shape. And really the only place that's really got some issues is on the putty that's around holding in the glass. So as I'm taking off all the flaking paint, we are then going to remove the old putty and re-putty in the glass and put in some new paints, because there's some broken paint as well.
You can see how the bay window looked before we took off the storm windows and scraped the paint. And now with all the paint gone and the storm windows gone, it reveals such a beautiful bay window. With the first bay window done, we then moved on to removing the storm windows and starting to scrape the paint by the front door on the front of the manor.
What we've discovered this week is that choosing a paint for the outside of your house is much more challenging than you'd think. We had an idea of what paint color we were going to use on the outside of the house, and you probably saw in a previous video that we talked about it was like a darker grey. But as we've been taking off all the siding this week, we've discovered that we've changed our mind, and we really started thinking about, is this the right color? Is this authentic to the building? Does it go with the red brick? And we've completely changed our minds. So what we did this week was we went down to the paint store and we ended up doing about 9 different samples. We went down the first day and got 5, came back, put them onto the wall, and then we decided that none of those were good. So we went back the next day, and we've been painting like this. This time we actually painted a whole one of these squares to give us a better idea of what it looks like. And I think we've decided on this kind of sandstone color. The wood pieces here were designed to look like stone, and so we want it to look authentic, and we have a sandstone chimney on the top of the house that it really works well with, and so, but just to be sure, because it's just such a hard decision, you know, things like on the exterior the color is about 3 to 4 shades lighter when you paint it on the outside, just with the light, the daylight and the different lighting. So you think you find something in the paint store on the swatch, or even when you look at it and paint it inside, but when you bring it outside it looks completely different again. So it's been really difficult, well, I found it really difficult to decide what's the best color to go with, and because it's such a big space and I really don't want to have to paint it again, at least not for a while, it's been a really challenging decision. So what I think we're going to do is we're actually going to use the whole test sample, and we're going to sand down and then paint this section of the front of the house to, again, look at it in all the different lights to really decide whether this is the right colour.
So this is where we've got to this week with our outside projects, and we're going to carry on working on them. So tune in next week to see where we get to and to see the paint and the next step on the next episode of Ladysmith Manor Diaries.